So France are the Six Nations champions 2022 and they take the Grand Slam. They've been very close to the championship for the past couple of years. This time they get over the line. They definitely were the best team, with Ireland being a close second. And at times in this game they looked like absolutely stomping England in the first half. To be fair to England, they came back well in the second half, but just player for player, not as good as France. France's defence especially, just so hard to break down. Now, England's biggest weakness is definitely their coach, his terrible judgment, which I will get into certainly more in this video, but more in a later video as well. I think you can tell I've probably had enough. It's been building throughout this Six Nations. More and more really bad calls from Eddie Jones, but you can't take it away from France. The better side. Sure, they hung on a little bit in the second half, but the quality was there and England really struggled to break through. Good to see Underhill back tackling like an absolute train all game, which is what he does. Maybe England will be getting Curry and Underhill back together at some point. Who knows? And England are getting good territorial position. Immediately they try to kick to Stewart, but Smith's kick's not quite there. In fact, some of his kicks fairly off all game from hand, especially kicks to touch, some kicks to Stewart. So definitely room for improvement from Smith there. Genge, very interestingly, England use him as kind of the traditional number 8 to return kicks. Now, I'm not sure what that says about Sam Simmonds. Surely he's good enough to do that. You know, Genge is a great player and he did a good job, but to get your loose head prop to do a number 8's role isn't the best. And to be fair, Dombrant really should have been starting for England. Not that Simmonds played badly, but Dombrant's the best number 8. So, yeah, another strange selection there from Eddie Jones. We get danger bells after 6 and 7 minutes. Ficou surely is clean through, but he drops it. And France fumbled the ball quite a lot in this first half. And they probably should have walked in a couple more tries. So they'll definitely be disappointed with some of the handling. But they get a penalty from a big scrum. Ominous signs there. 3-0. A bit of a sign of Jaminet's high ball potential weakness. A better kick from Smith and Stewart gets under it. But England can't secure the ruck. And England's ruck securing in good positions was pretty poor. France lightning quick in that area, as we've seen all tournament. And England lost a lot of ball in good positions. France on 11 minutes muck up 2 good attacking possessions in a row. Early nerves. England are definitely kicking a lot, as we thought they would. They're getting good territory, but they can't really get any further than that, and France exit fairly well, often via penalties. Now, England's defensive alignment looks all at sea, nowhere near that of France. Early on in this first half, Stewart and Furbank got completely caught out of position. France go down the left all the way, and then across to the right, and Ficou in the end just walks it in 8-0. That was really danger signs for England, how easily France got outside them there. Definitely some defensive problems for England, and they've had that all tournament as well. England get on the board with some ruck indiscipline from France, so it goes 8-3. And then a little bit of luck for England here. Noel looks like he's toppled Jaminet. Sure, it's by accident, but sometimes that doesn't matter, of course. It could be a yellow card, could be a red card. But in the end, they decide it's actually a penalty to England because of blocking. So that was a little fortunate. Could have gone either way there. I'm not saying it was right or wrong. Then we have another horror show from England. Youngs, who, I don't know what he's doing anywhere near an England side. Not his fault, but Eddie Jones seems to pick him. And if you were to rank scrum halves, he would be probably the bottom in the Six Nations. So no idea why he's playing. But anyway, he puts up the worst box kick ever. I think just a little roll over the top that gets intercepted. Then Furbank takes the ball into touch. Another absolute nightmare there. 2 players who, again, no other coach would pick them for England, but Eddie Jones seems to. Anyway, on 22 minutes, France pretty much unstoppable in the forwards with their carry. Easy penalty, 11-3, looking pretty good for France at this point. Then on 25 minutes, another deja vu moment really. Stewart goes to regather a ball. He actually played really well under the high ball, as we know is his strength. But England completely out of ideas after that and lose the ball in the ruck. So that was definitely a theme going on. And England are lucky that France are dropping the ball in good areas. And at times in this first half, Furbank was looking like a kid who's won a competition, to be honest. Can't believe he's playing for England. Caught out of position. Doesn't look at home there at all. Good club player. Again, no one else would be picking him for England. He did a few good things in attack. He is quite decent in attack, but definitely not an international 15. And also another note, Young's speed to the ruck is so painful. Even when England clear out well, the likes of Genge was clearing out like an absolute champion. Young's is so slow to get there, pick up the ball and pass. It's just awful, to be honest. But anyway, best attack of the game for England. Marchant, fantastic line. This was absolutely brilliant. Bust through Dante, good ruck speed. Young's obviously slow getting there, but they do get a penalty from it, 11-6. So staying in touch, very thankful of France dropping the ball a few times with a couple of penalties, keeping them in touch. They keep with the kicking, but when Smith does decide to run, he is creating some things, but Stewart knocks on in one case when they had made some good ground. On 33 minutes, an ominous sign in the scrum, and they fold up the English scrum like an absolute deck chair. That's not good, but they decide to go to the post and not the corner, and miss that one quite badly, so England get off again. Itoje ripped on 36 minutes really nicely, but again, terrible ruck problems for England. Lose the ball again. Furbank to blame for this one. Then just before half-time, France easily break down the left. Young's covered the fence, and he looks like a frogman running through treacle, just doesn't get anywhere near, and eventually Cross stretches over for the try. I mean, Underhill and Genge are on a mission in defence, but when you're pouring onto the ball at such pace, such big men, it was going to tell. France just too good. So at half-time, 18-6, France looking like they might pull away. Then the second half starts, and England are a lot better in the second half. Huge periods of possession. They do get a try, but not enough points. They are a little bit underpowered. Again, the selection really poor against them, but they start to play a bit better. Good reclaim off the kick-off. Smith attacks the line nicely. They get a penalty. He goes to the corner, but again, Smith's kick into the corner, pretty poor. Gets 10 metres out instead of 5 metres out, and they lose the ball near the line. England, plenty of good positions, but they are running into this blue wall, can't get anywhere, and that power difference is massively showing. But finally, after lots and lots of pressure, it's Marchant with an absolute searing out-to-in line. He runs that a few times for Harlequins, gets a good 20 metres, and then good team handling, gives Stewart a chance, and he does make a good bust down the right to go over for a try. Easily the best try England has scored in the Six Nations so far, and their best attack with a nice conversion from Smith. 18-13. So this is it. This is the whole cliche. The next score is crucial. England have the momentum, but they can't get that score because the French defence is too good. England are energised, they're motivated, they get a penalty to go back into a good attacking position off a brilliant retake from Stewart, again off a kick. It was absolutely brilliant chasing kicks. And all of a sudden England are popping the ball around, keeping it alive, but the French scramble is just too good. They don't get out of position, and England just can't get anywhere. The pace of the game has gone up a notch. France super dangerous. England can't afford to concede a try, especially after having such a good period of pressure. Made a note here, why is Young still on? Just nowhere near the pace of the game. And on 60 minutes, France are too good. Huge carries. England tackle well, but France have Dupont, we have Youngs. It's a brilliant spot from Aldrit who goes through the middle. Dupont hands off George and easily outpaces Youngs to score. They've just got better players, as simple as that really. 25-13, that looks like it's going to be the game, and indeed that is the final score. England rolled some subs. Just a note here, they bring on Chesham, who I think is going to be a really good player in the future, but what's Eddie Jones doing? Is he really going to be a World Cup winner? Is Ezekwe really going to be a World Cup winner? Where's Launchbury? Just terrible selection again. They could have put Laws in the second row, so I'm not sure what he's trying to do. Good pressure from Laws on Dupont, and Laws keeps working super hard. Really impressive stuff. Gives England a good attacking scrum, but they've got to score twice. Marler's on now. They get a scrum penalty. The England scrum's coming back into it. Now Marler's on, and also France have changed out their first choice front row. Another poor kick to the corner from Smith means they're 10 metres out, but they get another penalty, go 5 metres out, and Dombrandt runs one of his classic out-to-win lines that he does for Harlequins. Could have been a try, held up nicely. That was the big chance for England, had to score there. And the clock is on France's side. They're holding on very well, to be honest. England are still upping the pace. Randall, nice quick tap and go, but they just can't convert. Smith nearly puts Daly in, but again, the French defence is there. So They're holding on a little bit, France, but they're holding on fairly well. That defensive wall impenetrable, and the full-time whistle goes 25-13. Well-deserved win, by far the better side. England gave it all, but didn't have a good enough team, and their coach didn't help them by not giving them a good enough team either. French, well done, brilliant Grand Slam, best side. We'll really dig into that when we break down all of the team's tournaments. But let me know what you thought you made of that game, who played well, who didn't, what you made of the scores, and I'll catch you next time.